Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host, Jarvis Cocker, and with me tonight I have, as always, my co-host, Stu Wally. Tonight we're going to talk about Manchester City and the long-awaited verdict on the 115 Premier League charges. It could finally drop this month. We might be just weeks away, and it could change English football forever. We're talking about the accusations that will go way back into 2009. It's a 9-year period where City allegedly have falsified financial information about revenue and sponsorship, hidden payments to players and manager, dodgy, broken financial fair play and PSR rules, and even refused to cooperate with the investigations for years. This is what we know, and it will be almost the trial of the century when it comes to football. It's a case that big that it could actually reshape football, how it handles money, power, and owners have to take accountability. City, of course, deny all the 115 charges and say they have done nothing wrong. But the report suggests Manchester United, the Premier League insiders, are bracing for a verdict possibly in the next few weeks. So tonight we will dive into everything we know, what could happen, what possibly punishment could be, and how this might impact the future of Manchester City. There's also other updates on Martínez. There is some talks about Bruno. We will talk a little bit about Antony, Malacia maybe going to Turkey. And apparently we are into Job Bellingham from Dortmund not getting playing time. And Adam Wharton, apparently we are raising money for a 60 million bid. So there will be much to talk about, guys and girls. Stu and I will be back after the intro. While you wait, smash the like, subscribe. If this is your first time, give us a hype or whatever it's called. And we will be back. So see you in a second. Boom, 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 and the Tactical Devils are back. It's Sunday night, and it's the weekend wrap-up show. Stu and Jarvis, as usual. But first of all, I see a lot of people tuned in already. MUFC 14, Carlos is here. Catherine, No-Nonsense McDade saying, please be on time, Jarvis. As always. We're almost on time, so not too bad, not too shabby. Yalim Alamin is in the house. He said you should have mentioned all the above. And Tom Porter is in the house. Hello, everyone. Tim 1999 is in the house. That's a new name I haven't seen before. Big up 1999. 1999. And Adam Partridge is here too. Big up, Adam. Good to see you. Guys, girls, do us a favor, smash the like early. It helps out tremendously when it comes to the YouTube algorithms. So, I always bother you about the algorithms. We want more viewers. That's just how it is. Now, Stu, how are you doing, my friend? How's your weekend been?
It's been very quick. Cold in the UK at the moment. Ooh. Well, a bit chillier. Not as cold as you experience, old friend, but a little bit chillier. Popped over to see my young nephew play this afternoon. They got beat, unfortunately, by it was a cup competition, a county cup competition. They got beaten, unfortunately, by a much better team. But it was good to pop over and spend a bit of time with my brother and his family and watch my nephew play. So so all in all. Quite a good weekend. So boring without the Premier League, isn't it? International football is rubbish, except you're quite happy because you look like you qualified.
Yes, before we start and delving into the Manchester City case, we can talk about Norway.
Yes.
They won the game 5-0 against Israel and are on top of their group,
They are.
leading massively at the moment. Let's just have a look at the table. It's not completely fully updated because Italy, I think they won 2-0 against
They won.
Estland
They won.
after I
Yeah.
took this
Yeah.
screenshot, but you can do the math and just add 3 points to the Azzurri. Let's see if I can find it. Give me a second here. Here we go, Stu. Let's bring it up for you guys to see, because Norway are actually doing well. We haven't been qualified for the World Cup since 1998, so it's been a while for me.
Yes.
I was a young guy back then, but this is the table currently. Norway is on top with let's see, is it 18 points? Italy
18
is
points. Yeah,
they are on 12.
Yeah, it's Italy on 12 at the moment, aren't they? Yeah.
Yes, and Israel is on 9 points. Norway have Estland coming up, playing at home, and if we win that game, we will have 21 points. And you see, we have a massive goal difference, 26 to Italy's. I think it's 7. So it doesn't matter. We are up 3 points. We will go away to Italy in the last game, and we can lose. I don't know, 10-0, and I think we will be fine. So it looks like actually for once Norway is qualifying for the World Cup.
If you beat
please.
Estland, who God only knows who Estland is. Who the hell's Estland? Is it Estonia? No,
it's the Baltic states, Estland, Lithuania, and what's the...
Anyway, if you beat them, you'll be on 21 points. That's it. Game over.
Yeah, that's game over. Then it's done.
It's game over. We'll go before we go any further, and we've got a chance to have a little bit of fun now because the amazing Grace Sheridan has delivered yet another super chat to us. So I've got a selection the same as Jarvis. So I'm gonna go through my collection and hopefully I will win favour with Catherine No Nonsense McDade. Let's have a look. I was thinking these, but I just looked way too cool in these, Jarvis. Way too cool. So I didn't want to go with those too much. I look way too cool. Those are my running ones.
Okay, let's put them on. Let's put them on. I also have other.
Yes, I'm going to go with these for this particular one. Yes, I've got it going on with these. Yes, I'm sure Catherine No Nonsense McDade will be happy with these. Now Grace gets the super duper.
The super duper chats.
Absolutely superb, Grace, as always. Need to take them off because I've got the readers on. Yes. Can you show or explain tactical changes Amorim made in the last game on a tactics board, please? Since it wasn't on TV and I was unable to watch it. We can do. Well, we'll do that tomorrow night, Grace, because I think I'm allowed to say we've got a special guest, aren't I?
Yeah. Please.
Yeah. We've got a very knowledgeable fellow joining us. Some of you know him, some of you don't. Callum Stone, very knowledgeable in football. So, Grace, tune in tomorrow night. And I promise you now, we will do a full tactical breakdown for you.
Callum Stone, what other channels did he used to work for?
All for United, but started his career out at full-time Devils. So Stretford Paddock. You will see Callum Stone on Stretford Paddock on loads of occasions, certainly on match days when he goes into the studio and does works alongside Andy Tate. And so he's a good friend of mine, Callum, friend of the show, very knowledgeable about the game, and we will go from there.
Will be interesting. I'm super excited having Callum on the show. I think it will be his first time on the Tactical Devils.
First time on Tactical Devils, yes.
Yes. So guys, remember to tune in tomorrow night, 9 p.m. as usual. We will try to be sharp. 9 p.m. and
of course, we're always sharp. Always.
No, let's not lie.
All gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. My sunglass haul has fallen. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh
But thank you for the super chat, Grace.
Grace, I promise you will do
Well,
that.
I think you deserve a tactical board and 1 minute explanation for your £5 super chat. So let's just bring it up here. Okay, let's see what I got at 2 stage. Here we go. Tactical board.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know why I have put this in here, but basically,
we were mid conversation.
Basically, I think we played a little bit of different formation. I know people say, for example, some meeks that we didn't do anything different, and yes, I have to give it to Semix. We didn't, but when it comes to how we didn't do anything different, because we did some things that we had done before more often, and other things that we have done before less. To say it like that. So when it comes to this Amorim system, it's a lot about picking the right choices. So let's say if they press us high, we chose to play the long ball over the press. And if they sat back, we played out from the back. So, it makes sense. It's basics, but we have always made the wrong choices when it comes to this Man United team. But last game we did more efficiency. And also we play direct, and we tried this all last season, playing the ball up to Højlund. Højlund got wrestled down and we lost the ball. And then we were going at it yet again. But Sesko was able to hold up the ball and get the ball going. So we started much of our play around Sesko and his movement. But Grace, I will prepare a more thorough tactical board for you tomorrow, and we can talk about it and maybe talk a little bit about a Liverpool game and how we expect Man United to play against Arnie Slot's Liverpool. But thank you for the super chat, and we will go.
One of the things Grace will mention tomorrow night is, which Jarvis will go into a bit more detail. We fluctuated from a back three to a back four at times, but the real key element to our flow was Mason Mount. So those are two areas we'll concentrate on. We'll show you how Mason Mount floated between a 10 and an 8. And also how Casemiro at times dropped into the back four just to do some covering, and how we went from a 3 to a 4. But Jarvis is right, we also did a lot of long ball. So we'll go through it tomorrow, Catherine, and give you a lot of information.
But I have to say, Casemiro is no Thunderbird.
No, he's no Thunderberg. No
I have to say he's one of the main reasons going back to Norway again. Norway are doing this well at the moment. We have the right balance in our team, and I think Sander Berge, he's been so instrumental for Norway, and when I see him play for Fulham, I'm so impressed. So it still baffles me, irritates me, and
£4 million.
Why didn't we sign him? £25 million. But it's one of those.
Vutanate comes in with 1.54k subs. Thank you all, and we've got 20 likes. Sean's in the house. Good to see you, Sean.
Big up, Sean.
Yeah, great to see you. And Grace would like a back four formation. Yeah.
Yeah, please. Sorry.
No, I was about to say we'll demonstrate. Grace, how the back four is a better option for us.
We do play with a back four a lot of the time when we defend. Yeah. It's when we are on the siege, we revert into a back five. But when the opposition transition on us, and that's a lot when it comes to the Premier League. The game goes, it's from transition to another transition, back and forward, and then we play with a back four. Basically, we do that because one of the wing backs don't have the time to track back and get into formation. So we have a solution in this Amorim system. But while we have Sean here, let me just bring up this one because Sean, I need your help on this because we have been linked to another player I haven't seen before, and maybe you can help me out a little bit. So if you have any knowledge on this guy, help us out and let us know. I know you are you know everything when it comes to players, and you scout so many players. But this is the latest news. It came out tonight. Manchester United are among the clubs interested in Corinthians midfielder Breno Bidon, I think his name is.
Bidon. Yes, Bidon.
Breno Bidon. And have contacted the player's entourage to start negotiations about a January transfer. So if you have any info, any knowledge on the Breno Bidon, please let us know and help us out. So
one slight worry for me on that post is that we're going to contact the player's entourage. I mean, do me a fucking favour. What is he, 12? 13? He looks about 12, and you've got an entourage. For fuck's sake. This is the issue with modern day football. Why don't you just say you're contacting the player's dad? Because that's ultimately what it is. He shouldn't have an entourage at that level. But having said that, Brazil is completely different to the UK. And they do have agencies that are tied up very, very young. A lot of ownership issues in terms of who's got a slice. If he's a good player, there could be 1 or 3 people got a slice in the kid. If that's the case, we should be steering clear of him anyway. Don't know enough about him. Really looking to see what Sean says.
Yes, he comes in very good young midfielder, but Sean United versus everybody's done a thorough breakdown on the kids. So if you want to know more about them, check out United versus everybody on Sean's YouTube channel. But if you have any more information, Sean, let us know in the chat. It will be interesting reading up on this guy.
Yeah, he's a left footer, right footer, good in the air, bad in the air, strong tackler, passer, short, long, that sort of thing. Be really interesting.
So, yeah. And, Kevin Donovan comes in and say, Carlos Beleba, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Jarvis, shades. Oh, I haven't got any I'll be back shades, actually. My closest I'll be back shade. Oh, no, these will be them. These will be them. Let me get the I'll be back shades. They're not great. Oh, no. Not great, but these have got a chance, Jarvis. These have got a chance.
Okay, let me.
I'll be back. Look at these. These are Ted Baker style. So they're tortoise shell on the side, black on there. But yes, I'll be back. There you
go. Do it the Arnold way.
I can't do.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. No. I'll be back.
Okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
It'll do.
Guys, girls, rate Stu's I'll be back from 1 to 10 in the chat.
I think that might be 1, Jarvis. I'll be back. It's very
some updates from Sean United versus everybody. Very good young midfielder. Technically good passing range. He's a lefty. Good in a tackle. Can carry the ball all arounder. And Corey Hart will be proud. I don't know if that's related to.
I don't know. We'll have to get the Armani ones out after. They're more a little bit like. Hey, what's that famous American actress? She always wears big glasses. She was in the Flintstones as the mother, the irritated mother.
Oh,
yes.
Her. Big up Danny B coming in, big up crew, and we have Brian Hawkin coming in and say, I heard of Brendan Bidon before he was linked with Brighton 2 years ago. I looked him up, and then he was also bringing energy. Then he would also bring energy to our midfield. Okay, let's hope we can sign him. One of the gems, Vivel. We know he knows a lot about the South American market, so it will be interesting. Maybe I will dig into this guy and try to figure out more, and we can talk more about it tomorrow night on Jarvis's Corner.
I've got a question for Sean. Sean, I'd be interested to know what his origin is. Is he Irish? Has he got Irish heritage? Brendan's more of an Irish name. It's clearly not a Brazilian name. Is he born at this shores? Has he got
maybe it's
does he
like
have Irish
McAllister
grandparents?
from Argentina.
Possibly, yeah. Does he have Irish parents? But Brendan's more of certainly an Irish name. So be interested to see.
Yes.
Yes. So Danny B, big up. Tom Porter's in the house. Redor Dead 69's in the house. Superb. Sean says, I wear my sunglasses at night. It's a song by Corey Hart. Okay.
Yes. But some updates from Sean. He's Brazilian. It's Breno.
Breno. Yeah. Jamie Wayne's in the house. So it's Fred the Red MUFC. Hi, both.
Fred the Red.
Good to see you.
Yes. Well, thank you, Jamie Wayne, for reminding us. We are going to talk more about Manchester City. There were some updates coming out. I don't know if it was tonight or the other night that there will be a long-awaited verdict on the 115 Premier League charges. They have been falsifying financial information, sponsorships, hidden payments to Mancini players, allegedly. I have to say it. And they have broken most all of the financial fair play and PSR rules. And we know they have refused to cooperate with the investigations for many years. So this is Manchester City, but we are at the point where it could be a verdict. So, Stu, Wally, I'm interested to hear your take on the matter and what we can expect from a verdict coming in now.
My expectations are quite low, to be honest, in terms of how it will play out. I think it'd be written up in such a way, from a language point of view, that City have been tied to the walls and thrown to the wolves. I don't particularly think that will happen. I think what's happened since the case was over was in a negotiation period. City negotiating to save face. The Premier League negotiated to save face. And unfortunately, both teams, the Premier League and both City, will probably come out of this as if they're both winners. A little bit like they did with the case earlier on in the year. Apparently, they were both winners. City argued their case successfully, but so did the Premier League.
Yes.
What would I like to happen? I think they should be thrown out out of English football for what they've done. They have falsified records, they've falsified accounting. They've cheated their way, unfortunately, to most of set the foundations and cheated their way to a lot of their success. And I don't like that. The problem is we know football's a cesspit. We know how it is. We know that everybody is lining their pockets, and somewhere along the line, a few people are going to line their pockets quite nicely out of this. You could find City £1 billion, and it's an irrelevance. It just doesn't. A fine does not matter. It makes no difference whatsoever to Manchester City. It's an irrelevance. They've got to be stripped of titles. It's the only way clubs will look at this and have fear. Points deduction. If they get points deduction and they come out the top six, so be it. So what? What does that mean? You finish eighth due to a points reduction. You should be relegated like Rangers were to League Two. You need to do something to stop City in their tracks, but it won't happen. It just won't happen. City will be viewed as untouchable. They're not the jewel in the Premier League crown, but they think they are. And the Premier League, and I have to say this, though, I've got to say this. Surely the Premier League weren't stupid. When you go to take Manchester City on and suggest that there's 115 charges, you only need 1% of those to stick. And there'll be big charges. You need 10% of those to stick. 10%. It's 15 charges, remember. Something has to stick. So I'm a little bit I'm just so bored of it. If I'm being honest, people care, but at the same time they don't care because nothing will fucking ever happen. Nothing will happen unless they are found guilty and Manchester United start legal action. And Chelsea start legal action, and Liverpool start legal action, and the clubs start legal action against
Yeah,
City.
but the courts can't relegate him. That will only be a fine anyway.
No, the courts won't relegate them. That'll only be a fine. The Premier League have got to act. If they're found guilty, they've got to act. But I just don't see it happening. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be anything in terms of groundbreaking. The fine might be groundbreaking, but I don't think anything else will be groundbreaking. So I just don't see anything happening really. I really don't. I can't think whatever happens, any of us devilish tacticos will be happy with the outcome. I really don't. So that's my take on it. What's yours?
Okay. So you fear that there will be no cautions for they will get away with a fine or a slap on the wrist. That's what you're expecting.
And what's a fine? Seriously, what is a fine going to do? If the UAE come and UAE take us over, hypothetically, right? They spend 5.2 billion on buying out the Glazers, and then maybe an extra billion on 2 billion on buying out Sir Jim, if we go for 100% sale. What the fuck is £1 billion fine going to do? There's rumours circulating, isn't there, that the next kit deal or sponsorship deal they're doing with Etihad Airways is worth £1 billion. Those are the rumours. Over 10 years, £1 billion. Those are the rumours. So
100 million a season.
I just this is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing. So I just don't get it. I think Guardiola walks, whatever, in the summer. I think he's done. I think he's finished. I think he walks. The interesting thing about Guardiola, look at Guardiola's managerial history. 3 years at Barcelona, 3 years at Bayern Munich. Now all of a sudden, he wants to stay forever at Manchester City. It's all wrong. Everything about the club is wrong. Everything about the way that they operate is wrong. They keep suing the Premier League all the time because they believe everything's unfair. What is what will happen? Nothing. They'll get a fine, and that's it.
But Stu, I think they are between the rock and the hard place when you look at the FA. I see this comment here from Samix. He talks about the Prince of Abu Dhabi and the British politicians, and there are bigger forces in play when it comes to this verdict. And for me, I feel it's dragged out because I think maybe they are trying to give them as mild as a punishment as possible without people reacting.
Yeah, it's like a double win.
Yes.
City want a mild punishment to say they were vindicated. The Premier League need to punish them to say they were vindicated. So if you give them half a billion quid fine, City don't care about that. They don't give a fuck about the money. Not interested in the money. That's the only way.
But they set the precedents when they deduct Everton with minus 10 points. I don't know what it became at the end.
But either way, yeah.
Well, and that was not much. They hardly breached the 300 million over 3 years or whatever it is. But was it 100 and you were allowed 105 millions. Yeah, something like that. But
maybe 105. Yeah, they were outside of that. Yeah.
But they have to react. They can't just do nothing because it's out there. The football leaks, their Spiegel. everybody knows what happens if those documents are true. That's the only.
The problem is, Jarvis. The problem is, Jarvis. If they put a 100 million quid fine in and a 40-point deduction, say, right, then all City are going to do is tie that up in the courts for the next 2 years for the appeals process. Then they'll go to the arbitration, Court of Arbitration for Sport. This is the thing. Jamie, I hope I'm wrong, pal. I hope they go to fucking town on these cheating scumbags. I do. We all know they've cheated. You're right, Jarvis. This guy, who hacked them, fair play to him. You can't lie on email.
No.
He's got it. They've got all the information. And so, but I just don't see it. I just don't see us getting the desired result that we all want. And that's a great question. At what
What's
point
his name again? Was it Portuguese guy or?
Yeah, he's Portuguese guy. I can't remember.
Rui Pinto was his name. Yeah,
Pinto, that's him. Yeah,
Rui Pinto. Yeah. But I feel BS fans will react if they get a slap on the wrist, because we have some sense of justice. We want to see City getting punished, and I think if they take lightly on this, I think they will lose a lot of people when it comes watching the Premier League, because I don't know what I will do. If they just get a fine, I think
the optics.
I will lose all faith when it comes to the what was it called? The regulated force of the Premier League. Then you can just give up. It will be PSG and Manchester City, Abu Dhabi, or Qatar, or if I was the owner of Newcastle, then I would just go all in. I will buy every player available. I will just splash the cash, because I would know there wouldn't be anything they could do.
Yeah,
anyway.
and herein lies the trouble.
Football will be ruined.
Yeah, the optics on this is terrible. The Premier League are in a no-win situation, and City hold all the cards here as per usual. They do. They just hold all the cards. Yes. And the Premier League know, and you're quite right. You made a great point. The Premier League realise that if they let City get away with this, then City will just go and ruin the UK. Then so will Newcastle. And so will our potential new owners. They'll just come in and and they'll just do everything. So there'll be Middle Eastern fights in the Premier League. You'll see good, well-run clubs, well-run football clubs disappear, because Tony Bloom can't afford to be in that market. So he could walk away from Brighton. The Bournemouth investors could walk away from Bournemouth. This could happen. Good, well-run, solid clubs could lose their owners because of this verdict. There's so much jeopardy on this. It's absolutely crazy. It really is crazy. Falsifying documents is fraud. We know that. If that's what they've done, they've been withholding and hiding information again, which is tantamount to fraud as well, if it's financially linked. So, look. There's real problems. If it comes out this month, great, brilliant. If they wait till the summer, which they won't, Jarvis, because there's something called the World Cup in summer. So there's no way FIFA are going to allow that to overshadow it. It needs to come out before Christmas or over Christmas. But
Sean is right. They can't appeal.
There has to be an appeal process. There's got to be an appeal process.
I think this was fine. The final verdict. That's the thing.
No, but they've had nothing to appeal, have they? There hasn't been a verdict on this, so they've had nothing to appeal.
No, but I don't think they can appeal. I think this is the final verdict. There's no appealing when it comes to the FA. When it comes to this, I'm pretty sure Sean is correct when it comes to, it's been a while since I read up on the 115 allegation. So,
UEFA, there was maybe there's not an appeal process in the UK. There was an appeal process in UEFA because they went and appealed and to the Court of Arbitration, they won it.
Yeah, but that was UEFA. And they also had a time bar when it come to this, and they just had to do something just to get the conviction on Manchester City, because they dragged it
Well, if they
out
can't
for
appeal it,
too long.
if they can't appeal it, that's great. But again, they're not going to appeal a monetary fine anyway, are they? So, you know, City, if they get a monetary fine only, they got away with murder.
They do. So I don't know what the guys are saying, but I made a poll. You know, if Manchester City are found guilty, what will the verdict be? And you know, it's spread over the place. Point deduction, 35% of the viewers believe. 20% believe they will get a heavy fine. 33% believe in relegation, and 13% believe in title stripping. So, or all of the above. Maybe I should have put in a fifth option, but you can only add 4 options when it comes to YouTube polls. But you know, we have a super chat from Bilal.
Oh, do we? Sorry, I missed that.
We do. Sorry, Bilal, for keeping you waiting. You are a legend of the channel.
I'm going to give Bilal the Armanis. Bilal's getting the Armanis. Here they come. Look at these beauties. Look at these absolute pearlers.
I'll be back.
Yes. He's gonna have to have the big tune.
Yes, let's give Bilal the big tune. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, Bilal, thank you.
Thank you, Bilal. Thank you very much.
Nice and green. These are green. These ones, Jarvis.
Green.
Yeah, these are green. I don't know if you could quite tell, but these are green.
No,
yeah.
They look blackish.
No,
but yeah.
Yeah, no, those are green. Those ones.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Elliot coming in with a lull.
Yes, he's sort of thinking, what are these two clowns doing? putting things. Yeah, absolutely crazy.
But just concluding on the Manchester City verdict, for me, I really hope that they will get a point deduction, and we are talking about 50 to 100 points. That will relegate them at least to the championship, but I would like to see them relegated another level. Let's say two levels, maybe 3.
So my question is, and this is a question.
I don't care about stripped titles, because that's in the past.
So here's a question then, and this is a question for the devilish tacticos and everybody. And I'm no lawyer by any stretch of the imagination. That's not what I do. But if City are found guilty of fraudulent activity, when do the authorities then step in and it becomes criminal? And that's a question, because I don't know the answer. So I don't know whether they can step in, the authorities, whether they can't step in. But if they are found guilty and there's a 100-point deduction, Jarvis, there's a big fine, they are guilty of criminality, in my opinion. So, question to the devilish tacticos: what would that happen? Could there be criminal charges brought against director? And would our own Omar Barada be one of those?
Yes, that's a good question. And we all know Trixie Bergestein.
Yeah.
Left. Hugo Viana is the new sporting director when it comes to Manchester City.
Yeah.
So it feels like a lot of the guys are jumping ship and know what's coming.
Salford City's CEO is part of City Football Group, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, it makes me think. It makes me wonder, Stu, when it comes to this. A fine is one thing, but how much money have Manchester United lost just because of Manchester City winning titles? The Van Gaal season, when he got sacked, I think we came in 5th, so we just dropped out on the Champions League. how much money did that cost us? We
Ollie,
should have won at least 2 league titles under Oli
Jose,
and Mourinho.
Jose
So
came
if you
second,
start
didn't he?
adding
Yeah,
all of these ups,
yeah.
hundreds of millions, and that's just for Man United. Then you go to Liverpool, then you go to Chelsea, then you go
If
to
they're found guilty, they could sue them for loss of earnings potentially. The idea of this is huge. And Sean says, what about relegation? Clubs that relegated.
Yeah, but the FA apparently can just relegate them out of the Premier
Yes,
League,
they can.
and then the Championship will have to.
The Championship has to sort that out themselves. Championship will make a decision if they want them.
Mm-hmm. It will be interesting, and I see Brian coming in with the question: when is the verdict? And the report said that Manchester United's long-awaited verdict could finally drop this month, and that was reported by the Independent, City Extra, Reuters, and I believe Manchester Evening News. So there are several sources reporting that it will be a verdict pretty soon. So it will be interesting. And now coming into all of this, now we have Manchester City's Abu Dhabi owners, and we have the investment group or the investor apparently looking to buy Manchester United. And in light of this, Stu, how do you see us? I know it's a tough question. We don't have any details, but let's say if there's a foreign state coming in and buying Man United, how would you see that?
Look, there's a couple of things that are quite interesting. First and foremost, I've not seen any public comment by the club on this, unless I've missed it. I don't believe I've seen a public comment. And until there's a public comment comes out from the club, then these rumours aren't going to go away. I said on the show on Thursday, Takeover Shake is no mug. He just isn't. Whether we like him or not, whether you like what he stands for or not, he would not risk his reputation at all by coming out and stating and stipulating what he stated. He would have some evidence to back that up. Now, he did say whether or not the deal goes through or not, but there is negotiations ongoing. It could also well be that the club themselves are negotiating, and we don't know. It could be that they're finding out stuff. We are publicly traded, so there are NDAs, but you are entitled to deny. You can't come out and deny. You just say this simply isn't true. There will be NDAs in. Are the Glazers just looking to sell their side of it, 5.2 bill or whatever? Does Jim Ratcliffe decide, I want to double my money and leave and get out? Where does that leave Barada or Wilcox and the team that he brought in? It's quite interesting to see what's happening. This consortium, by all accounts, Jamie saying is worth 320 billion. Well, that's a lot of dollar, however way you spin it. Anyway, what will happen is, and the difference between what we're able to do at Manchester United and what the PIF cannot do at Newcastle is the depth of the club. If the debts were paid off overnight, and we've got way on the right side of PSR, our spending power is ridiculous because of the money that we generate by the club. Our spending power would be ridiculous, and people know that. So I read somewhere the other day actually that PIF are looking at ditching their stake in Newcastle and coming on and buying Manchester United because they know what they can do with the club. The club is huge. Manchester United is huge. It's a jewel in the football crown. It's not Real Madrid. You can't buy Real Madrid anyway. It's just Barcelona. Manchester United is the jewel in the football crown. This is why City, they can argue the toss about their revenues as much as they like. They don't have the pulling power of Manchester United. Our figures show that. We've been rubbish. the last couple of years, and we're still making money. Our losses are coming down. This is happening in our club. So we would be by far the icing on any cake. We would be the apple of, any investor at the UAE owns Manchester United. They are going to be the envy of that sector. Ideally for me, I'd have preferred somebody like Apple to come in and buy it. I think we would fit the Apple brand quite nicely. We'd still be absolutely rolling in cash. They would clear the debts because it doesn't make business sense to hold debt on our club, and they would push Manchester United to where it wants to be. So I do actually think that there is a lot of mileage in what's being reported at the moment. But I go back to Tiki Al-Sheikh. If you know him and you understand him, there's absolutely zero way he would just put that out for the sake of putting it out. He just wouldn't risk his reputation on doing that. He's a very, very serious man. So I've seen over the last couple of days, other channels are doing shitloads on the takeover. They're all talking about the takeover, and ultimately that's absolutely great.
But it hasn't been much updates, nothing new. I'm not going to sit here and repeat myself endlessly when it comes to this. But today the latest when it comes to this is basically we know that Ineos has a chance to match the bid if something comes in for the next. Is it 18 months?
Yeah, he can't afford it.
So the share price will be $33 or above, and Ineos can match it. But besides that, the share price now is. Are we talking about $14, $14, $13?
Probably it's not a lot.
But it's a long way from $33 to $14, let's say, or $20 give and take per share. So framing it like that, it would make sense for the Glazers trying to sell now before the 18-month period goes out, because after that, the bid could be lower, and much lower than $33. But I'm not an expert when it comes to these financial things.
Yeah, the interesting thing
it's 15, 16. Okay, yeah, because of the latest rumors, the share price has gone up. Yes.
The interesting thing about it all is they've got till 2027, haven't they, Glazers, to make up their mind on what they do. So the only way they can cash out and not risk, as you quite rightly say, is now. Now, for me, if I'm Jim Radcliffe, I'm looking at doubling my money. So, it will go quiet now over the next few months because of the negotiation of this deal is hugely complicated. Very, very complex transaction. You're not dealing with anything. Jim put in 1.7 bill, I think, in total, hasn't he? Along those lines. He's going to want to double his money for sure. There's no two ways about it. So it's good business for him. And it'll be superb business for the Glazers because they kind of get their valuation that they want. If you think about it, the stadium gets built, the debt goes, and it's an interesting time. So I would imagine it will go quiet now. That's if due diligence is happening. We don't know whether the books have been opened to a group. I did read somewhere the other day as well that your Scandinavian compadre is back in again. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, that guy, the Finnish guy.
Yeah, but he's
Finnish guy.
Him himself's worth. He's worth a few bill himself, isn't he?
No, I don't believe it. I feel it's
he will be consortium led.
Story.
All of his is consortium led. I don't know enough about the guy.
No.
But for Jim, that's him. Zalakis, yeah. But for Jim, I do agree with you. There's no way Apple could buy it. It would fit their portfolio brilliantly, but it wouldn't work for them.
Yeah, I just want to read out this from Samix. He say my next video is actually about this, and I'm sorry to say the conclusion is there's no way Apple would buy us.
I agree.
Yeah, so check out Samix Football and go subscribe and put on a notification, and you will see the next video. Always doing thorough videos, fantastic breakdowns when it comes to football tactics. And Samix is a great guy, so go subscribe to his channel. Yes, guys, girls, Stu and I made a promise to each other before the show started. We were going to try to keep it short tonight, not a Scorsese 2.5 hour show, but so we have a little bit more to go through before we end the show. So we are going now to the transfer section of the show and the latest news.
No, that's the Q&A lingo, isn't it?
Yeah, that's and by the way, on this takeover news, MUFC 14-17 coming in, he's been putting a lot of comments in the non-live section after the latest show, and he has some insights when it comes to this. So if you want to know more, go and read up on the comments from Thursday's show. Well, so many interesting things, and he knows his stuff. He speaks Arabic, so he has some insights when it comes to that area. So big up and thank you for your comments. The latest news, yes, guys, girls. Let's go into the first one. It's about this guy, Malacia, one of the bomb squads. We tried to get rid of him, but we couldn't. I don't know why. But the latest is Galatasaray are leading the race to sign Tyrell Malacia from Manchester United. The club wants to add the player to its squad in the summer, but Malacia wants to leave now. So if a small fee is paid, the transfer could happen in January. That's from Manchester United, Manchester Evening News. I don't know. Do we have any expectation for Malacia playing himself into this Amorim team, or is it the last cause? There were some reports a week or two ago about he's actually doing pretty well in training. And his fitness level are off the roofs.
Yeah, you've got to interact him because he's still a player for the club. And there is no more bomb squad now anyway. So if you could utilise him, why not? Why wouldn't you? I've said this before, and I'll say it again. You've got a player available to you who could make a difference. I'm not saying he will, by the way. So you utilise him. I think the best thing for Tyrone Malacia is to move to a club and restart afresh, completely start afresh. He's never recovered from that knee injury and that botched operation, as we know. And I think it's time for him to move on. I like the kid. I really like the kid. I think he's enthusiastic, but he's just not quite what we need. I agree with Sean on that one. So I hope he gets a move. I really do. I'd love it if we give him a free transfer, to be honest. He doesn't earn a huge amount of money. Let him go and get a payday somewhere. Shame. Real shame for the kid. So I wish him the best, but I think it's time to move him on.
Well, the question is he willing to lose out on his salary? We can release him, but should we pay him the remainder of his contract just to let him go?
His contract's tiny. I don't think he's on big money.
No, I think we are talking for his stature. I think it's maybe 60K a week or something. It's not pocket change.
No, but it's not where you class. Yeah, it's not where you class big money. So I would imagine they'll compensate him in some way. But I really believe for him, time to move on. Get yourself fit, get yourself playing regularly, and then you might get a move again to, I don't know.
Apparently, his salary is 75K a week, pounds. So it's not pocket change. It's still a lot of money.
What did we
when
put?
we talk about, Mainu shouldn't get more than 100. He doesn't, and all of this 75.
There you go. In today's market, fair play to his agent.
Yeah.
For getting him 75 grand a week, because I don't know why we didn't pay him 45 plus add-ons, appearance fees, type of thing.
So, but I think that's out of the question. We will not pay him out. I don't know how long he got of his contract. Let's say if it's 1 year, is it 2 years?
But I'd still let him go on a free. You're going to get a very small amount of money for the kid. You're going to get 5 mil tops, probably. We don't sell players well. We know that. We've seen it ourselves. So you're not going to get a huge amount of money for it.
But he must be willing himself to drop in wages, because no way Galatasaray will pay him 75 a week.
Well, I don't know with Galatasaray in a minute. I don't know where they're getting the money from.
But you have the tax. You have less tax. It's not 45%. It's more 20%, I believe, in Turkey. So you can actually drop in salary and make the same.
Yala says he's got 6 months, so he's going to go on free anyway. So you can sign a contract in January.
Okay.
So he's going to go
then we might as well pay him out. Okay.
Yeah, let him go.
Okay.
I'll give him a free job. I would. I'd let him go in January for free.
Thank you for the update, Yala. Always on point. Fellow Norwegian. Semix comes in and say, yeah, but if you give him a free transfer, someone might give him $1 million for signing on as a free agent. So
Good lad. Go and get your million.
With the logic. Big up, Mix.
Go and get your £1 million. Look, he's one of those players I've got no ill will for at all. He had a really bad injury. He's suffered, this kid has. So I just wish him all the best.
Yes, I'll actually do the same. Belal comes in with a comment. Jarvis, cast yourself and Stu in a buddy cop movie. Who's this straight-laced detective? You, obviously. And who's the chaotic sidekick blowing up on the precinct with bad puns?
Well, let's see. I think you would be the straight-laced one, and I think I would be the imbecile.
No, I'm Mel Gibson. You're Danny Glover in this.
Danny Glover. Yeah, well, I like that analogy.
Yeah.
Ex-army, same as you. It portrayed he was an ex-Navy SEAL or whatever, wasn't it, or Army Ranger? You were a Marine, so yeah. I'm straight-laced. I would have a wheel gun as opposed to Beretta. I'd agree with that as well. So yeah, I quite like that. But to be fair, Jarvis, I would make one hell of a fucking great bad cop.
Yes.
I would
You'll
make
be the bad cop. I'll be the good cop.
You be good cop, but good cop, bad cop.
I'll have to calm you down.
You would have to calm me down. Yes. And I'd have him round the throat, Jarvis, and talking to you at the same time. They're squeezing his windpipe. That's what I was talking to you at the same. What's your problem? He's fine. You're all right, aren't you? You're fine. That's what I'm doing. And then I go and get a burrito after whatever they do in the States.
Yes, Lethal Weapon. That's the name of the movie. It's Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. That's it. Whether it would be called Lethal Weapon, I don't know. No. No, that's a really Bilal. That's a good one. I would be a brilliant Gene Hunt. I don't know if you ever saw Fire Up the Quattro. I'd be quite good.
Aren't you both Danny Glover? Too old for this shit.
He's right. Yeah, absolutely right, pal. That's a great question, Bilal. Brilliant. I like questions like that. They're quite fun, aren't they? They're quite.
That was a good one. Okay. What is Fred saying?
I'd have drop leads on his testes. You're absolutely right. Yeah, Tommy. Come on. Or a little bit. I'd put a hand grenade in his mouth and tape it up and threaten to pull the pin, but it'd be a dud. It wouldn't be a proper one. I'd pull the pin. I'd pull out really, really slowly. What are you going to do now? And you'll be going, what the fuck are you doing? And now that was from a film. Now, what was it called? Tango and Cash.
Tango and Cash. Yes.
Yeah. So they got this American trying to be a Brit. I mean, I don't know why they tried an American with a Brit. Just got a fucking Brit in there, typical. Anyway, and they got him tied up, didn't they? They shoved the thing. I'm going to pull out. 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 It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Again, why an American to play a Brit is beyond me. But it's strange fantasy, Stu. Yeah, well, what's Wendy have to say, Dave? It was what's yes, it was Wendy. She's absolutely right. She's talking about Malacia. Yeah.
Yes. So let's get back to Man United and have a look. What else do we got? There's some updates, because I think this is interesting. I didn't mention it in the intro, but Graham Bailey came out. TBR Football understands that Mark Gayhi and his representatives have reset the situation following the failed Liverpool move. Whilst Gayhi could still move to Anfield, they are no further ahead in the chase than anyone else. Sources confirmed. So basically, my follow-up question is: would you sign Gayhi to Man United? Do you think he will fit into this Amorim system? And would he come to us?
Well, look, yes.
Place in the back three on the Glasner.
Yes. And that's it. That's all you got to say to that, Jarvis. You don't have to add why. You just say yes. My thing with Gayhi is he's going to be going come January. He's going to be going. Well, I've got Real Madrid, or Barcelona, probably. I might even have Man City, Liverpool. And maybe Manchester United. I don't think we've got 70 mil because we need Baleba or Wharton, so we're not going to pay that. Maybe he's going to have 5.
Or Anderson.
He's going to have 5 top football clubs coming for him. If I was him, I'd just be chilled. I don't think what Graham is saying, he's that relaxed about the situation because he knows he can do what he wants. The botch move for Gayhi might actually turn out to be the biggest blessing in disguise financially for this kid ever. Because I think he's a fucking brilliant footballer. Brilliant. I mean,
I agree 100%.
You would just take him, Jarvis. You just take him. If managers always talk about. Jose Mourinho in particular was very, very firm on it. If you can get that one player and there's a chance, you do it. You take it. And he's that player, isn't he? He's that one player.
Same as the Isak situation you mentioned earlier this summer. You said he's one of the players you should just go all in.
And you take. So really, really, I'd take Gayhi tomorrow. Would we get Gayhi? Absolutely no chance, Jarvis. No chance in a million years will we get Gayhi. Do you know where I think he would be absolutely brilliant and they don't need him? Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal. They don't need him because they got to get Saliba and Gabriel, but he would be brilliant for Arsenal. Absolutely fucking brilliant. It's a great I love him. He's one of those defenders, absolutely brilliant. And he's right about Palace. They're a decent run club, yeah. So for me, absolutely no brainer. Where do you think he will end up though, Jarvis? Because you do know he will have his pick of clubs, don't you?
Well, the thing is, if Real Madrid or one of the big clubs, let's say PSG or Barcelona, comes around, I don't know either. But if one of the big clubs comes, I think he will go there. But when it comes to the Premier League, he lives in London, and we have one club in London who buys everyone, and that's Chelsea. So he might end up at Chelsea.
Stupid. I don't think he's that dumb.
You never know. I don't know. Bowley and his guys. They have a way around to sign players. So
good point.
He might fit the bill.
I didn't. Sorry, Fred the Reds just asked me that. Did you hear it? I didn't actually, Fred. I must admit, I don't pay any attention to England at all. I'm not necessarily looking forward to the World Cup with England. I'm looking for the World Cup as an extravaganza, but Norway, Norway. Mark Gayhi, if you could get him, Jarvis, he's one of those players you go for. I think everybody would agree with that.
I would also go for Mark Gayhi. I think Gayhi or Gayhi. I probably slate his name, but There's one name I know how to pronounce, and that's Sene Lamans.
What's
Sene
Bilal?
Lamans. Oh, Bilal is coming in with a super sticker. Let me
Super
show.
sticker?
Yes,
Oh,
it's a super sticker, and it's a £1 super sticker. So thank you, Bilal, supporting the channel.
tell you
You
what,
don't have to,
Jarvis,
buddy, but I
Jarvis,
really appreciate it. So
Bilal gets the Ralph Lauren's. Here we come. Bilal gets the Ralph. Look at these, the old aviator Ralph
maybe I should
Lauren.
give him my skiing glasses.
Ooh, your skiing glasses. Yeah. Yeah. Bilal gets the. Oh, very nice. Yes, there you go.
Hard.
That's my picture, Jarvis. Take that
Hard
picture.
as
Then.
nails.
Take a screenshot of that now. That's my picture.
I will after the show. Go back,
Yes,
take a
that's it.
screenshot,
That's
and
it.
it will be on the next thumbnail.
Yes, there you go. So these are Ralph Lauren ones. Don't ask me why, but they do. One problem with these guys, if you get Ralph Lauren, the lenses fall out for some reason. I just sort of mentioned that. My lenses on that fall out 4 times.
Do you know that fake bands and Ray Bans are made at the same factory, same place?
They are indeed, yes. Now, I used to have a pair of Ray Bans, but I don't own any Ray Bans anymore, Jarvis. So that's my next purchase. When I've moved, and oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm moving property over the next 4 to 6 weeks. So I will be around, Jarvis, but I'll be in a state of flux. We are moving, so so there'll be a different background in a few weeks' time, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
But my kids will be coming with me.
Yes, but will it be the mint green background that we are used to?
No, I'm going for everybody, and I'd like a colour choice. I was thinking either a silver or a charcoal grey, or unless there's any other colours you guys would push me in the direction to. So that'll be my new office. What I might do, Jarvis, is I might get one of those big cubes that have got mini cubes inside to display some of my Lego. I might do that.
I can recommend some shelves. Actually, actual shelves. That's not too bad.
So yes, so pink. Charlotte Marmin comes in with pink.
and a fake curtain.
Yeah, I like that. That's superb. The old curtain. Yeah. Now you've got behind you've got noise cancelling tiles, haven't you? Are they noise cancelling?
No, that was on my old place.
Right.
Yes. I don't know if you guys remember back when I used to be on MUFC Realist TV, I actually had a window behind the curtains.
Yes.
Look out, Jarvis's window. We were looking at the midnight sun or the pitch black outside in the wintertime. So yeah.
Yes. So we've got pink. Yeah. Yellow for my mankini. I've got a few mankini colours. Green. I do like green. Blue's my favourite colour, but I do like green, Jamie, I have to say.
Then you can do a green screen.
Yes, you can hang your Lego on the wall these days. You can. Yeah. Yeah. So just so you know, Dave, I'm not that practical. I was just sort of pointing that out. So Stu loves Jarvis's curtains. Yeah, Jarvis used to have curtains as a hairstyle.
Yes.
I'm joking.
Well, I actually had curtains back in the days, Yeah, had the Leonardo DiCaprio vibe going.
The DiCaprio
in the 90s. Yes,
you can pull that off. I was more of a Morton Harkett dude. I pulled off the Morton Harkett when I was at Tiddler.
You did.
Yeah, pulled off the old Morton Harkett. Yeah.
Take on me.
Take on me, take me on. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. What else have we got? Where am I from? So I live in Shropshire, Iron Bridge. If you Google the Iron Bridge, world famous Iron Bridge, by the way.
Yes.
I live in Shropshire, so yeah, that's where I'm from. Nice. It's a cosmopolitan, loads of greenery. And
Iron Bridge sounds like a heavy metal band from the 70s. We are the Iron Bridge.
We are the Iron Bridge. Yes. Well, the thing is, you could do music video on the Iron Bridge. You could do a music video on the Iron Bridge. It's absolutely great. Got loads of walking, loads of cycling in and around old railway lines that ripped up, and you can cycle in around there. You know, England's great. It's absolutely brilliant.
Dude, we get derailed all the time.
We're just about to be derailed again, and we're over an hour. Come on, 10 minutes, and then that's it, gentlemen and ladies.
It's impossible. Too much news to cover. But let's just go with this. It's Licha. Just in Lisandro Martínez is expected to be medically cleared in early November. So what's your initial thoughts when you read something like this? Because this is something we knew actually that was coming back in November time ish.
I said, didn't I, Jarvis, in the summer, I don't want to see him till January.
Why is that?
Because he's had 2 or 3 serious injuries now, and he's not healed quickly enough. They've been unfortunate, I know that, but he's not healed to the required amount, and we're going to need him potentially over Christmas. But I would like to see him come back in early January, first week, you know, maybe Boxing Day to January. A brilliant player, absolutely brilliant player. I think he's a brilliant player. Jamie's got a point. Sell him. You know, he's not just been consistent enough for us, Jarvis, on the pitch. When he's played some fantastic football, but he's not been consistently on that pitch when we need him. And that's the biggest problem. He's my type of player, strong, aggressive, great range of passing. But I wouldn't like to see him until, and they're all coming out. The guys are all coming out, injury after injury after injury, and they're absolutely right. So I wouldn't like to see him back until late December, early January. Hey, Big Trev's in. Big Trev he's missed all the sunglasses. Can't believe it.
Oh, Trev is in the house.
He's so cosmopolitan, he doesn't know if he's English, Irish, French, or hey, Trev, I definitely hate Italian, mate. You know I can't speak Italian to you. I tried the other night, and you just. I tried to speak Italian to him the other night when I got him in the handcuffs, and I thought, all right, I'll try and speak Italian to him, and he wasn't having none of it. He couldn't understand me, so I don't know. I'm just no good. So definitely Trev, not Italian. Great to see you in the chat, mate. It's always a pleasure when you're in, mate. And RJ, brilliant. Now, RJ, I think you're new to the channel. I believe so.
No, RJ been around for a long.
Oh, sorry, that's me being an idiot. Then RJ, you're absolutely right. It's I mentioned Jarvis, wasn't it? I don't think Rodri is anywhere near the same player. I'm very susceptible now to injuries. I think the Rodri phenomenon is going to dissipate now, unfortunately.
Yes,
a great player though, RJ, but well spotted. Sorry, Trev. Stop telling us secrets. Sorry, Trev. I'll keep it quiet. Right, Wendy.
Yes. So you want my take on Licha, because I think we really need him. We need him back at the team. I think is one of our best progressive passers on the ball. He can break the lines with his passes. I think he's press resistive. He's calm on the ball, and he often sets the tempo of our attack. So I think he is missed. It's like Masraoui, you know, when he's not around, you don't think of it, but when he's back, you understand. You know, perfect player. You know, he's so intelligent, and this is I think when we get Licha and Masraoui back in this team, I think we could be a force to be reckoned with. We will finally have the right players in the right positions. I don't think Luke Shaw's been great. I think he's doing better. He's better in his press play, you know, better in reading the game, pressing up into the midfield. But you know, it's Sunderland we played against last game, so I will hold my judgment on Luke Shaw. But I think he struggles a little bit, you know, getting the grasps of this Amorim 3-4-3 or 3-4-2 formation. And also, when it comes to Luke Shaw, he can't be relied on. He's always he's injury prone, and I'm just waiting for the next Luke Shaw injury. And I also think he has lost the art of pace, being out injured for this long.
He's a left back, though, isn't he, Luke Shaw, Jarvis? He's a straight left back.
Ideally, yes, but he should be able to play left, wide,
no,
centre.
Absolutely. Hey, you. No, I agree, pal. I've always said it, haven't I? But I've always said it. At this level, you should be able to fit in. I think interesting to see what the devilish tacticos are saying about Martínez. I think that has to be taken into account of his injury issues, his injury record. But he's very good when he's in the team, pal. So I'm kind of with you on that one.
Yes.
But I like Wendy's take. Now, Wendy's right. He is a tough guy, but his size, recent injuries appear maybe too physical for him now. It's a good take. It's a good take. I don't mind that at all. We should call Wendy. It should be you've got Catherine No Nonsense McDade. We should be Wendy Straight Talking Grant, because she says it how it is. I like it.
Wendy puts out lovely comments.
No, you can't say that.
She makes me think, and I have to defend my point of view when it comes to Wendy. And
Jarvis, I'm glad you said. You're just a little bit too big a pause. You went Wendy puts out pause with a great comments. So I was waiting for you to come and say something else quickly. Wendy, if you heard that, he was lagging at that particular time. Wendy, we love you.
Stu, speaking of Morten Harket,
yes.
I'm just going to ask you guys one question. Do you see any resemblance from Morten Harket and me? Could I pull off a Morten Harket?
Well, I would say you're more refined. You've aged more like a fine. When did you do that? That's fucking brilliant.
That's 2017. So
you're trying to be Morten Harket or something. That's great. Jamie's like, what the are you talking about? Jamie's like, hey.
So in the Morten Harket lookalike contest, what do you rate me?
I think you're a 7.
7. Okay.
Yes, I think you're a 7. I think he's lagging behind you, to be honest. Trevor Wade's coming in nailed you here with an absolute perler. Here it comes. Yes, there is a resemblance. I wish both Norwegian. Trev, that's quality, pal. That's quality. Nas more like John Denver. Oh, that's nice. What else have we got? Not a flashing photo.
Name me one song with John Denver.
I don't know much about John Denver, so we might have to ask
leaving on an airplane. Jet plane, or is it the airplane? Jet plane.
No, jet plane. Is that John Denver, was it?
I think that's John Denver. Yeah.
Let's have a look. Yeah, he's on the heart. Jarvis got, what was it? Jarvis got an egghead. What? Oh, Morten's Harket's got it. John Denver, Take Me Home. Here we go. Mountain High. Rocky Mountain High, Take Me Home, country road, take me home to where I belong, West Virginia, or whatever it is.
To Old Trafford.
That's it. Yeah, nice. The United song at Old Trafford. Yeah, absolutely. You don't reckon that? We do. Yeah, we do. We're not very good singers, to be honest. You're getting the Rick Astley ones again.
Yes, that's me, Rick Astley.
And Jamie's the only one that's and RJ are trying to get it back to football here. So
yes, Jamie. Okay, let's go back to football. This came out also from MUFC YTP, coming in with I don't know if it's breaking news, but at least it's some news for us to talk about. Just in Dortmund, Ahmed, they won't entertain any offers for Joby Bellingham, who's reportedly a target for Man United. Job is said to be unhappy with his playing time under Niko Kovac. So the question is, I know you have some insights, Stu, when it comes to the Bellingham. So what do you reckon from your knowledge? Is there a chance that he will go back to England? And if he comes back to England, would he choose a club like Man United? Would that be the right profile and project for a young up-and-coming player like him?
Yeah, this has actually been rumbling for a few months, really, since game 2. It's been rumbling on. He hasn't settled. It's fair to say. Everybody knows this. There's no inside information here, by the way. You all know he hasn't settled. He's a very, very talented footballer. I think he'll end up better than Jude. I've said that 2 years ago. I still maintain it. There's been a lot said about family intervention, and particularly his dad's falling out with Dortmund publicly. His dad is a fantastic footballer, non-league footballer, brilliant non-league footballer. Was on tour with the lads in Portugal a couple of weeks ago. But, for whatever reason, what they're experiencing with Job is completely different to what they had an experience with Jude. There's different management. There's different management in there, and there doesn't appear to be there appears to be a problem between Joby and Kovac, and it's going to end in tears, and it probably end up in my opinion, I don't know, but it'll probably end in him coming back to the UK, because the ultimate plan would be, and again, I've got absolutely zero knowledge on this, would be for Joby to end up at Real Madrid alongside Jude.
Okay.
Jude playing a slightly higher role, more of a 10, and Joby playing more of an 8, and sometimes a 6. So would he come to us? Difficult to say. Yeah, you're right, Jamie. Look, again, a lot of conjecture gone on there, but he was always going to Dortmund. I can tell you that much. He was always going to Dortmund. So there's no coincidence that Job didn't go to Tottenham, and he was going to try and follow a similar pattern to Jude. So, yeah, would he come to us? I don't know. I don't know. So,
yes, Bilal, we are on tomorrow night, 9 p.m.
But I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he's necessarily what we need anyway at the minute. We need somebody with some real experience in there. We need to, and the players that we've looked at and spoken about, the players that probably would suit us better. I don't think if he came to United right now, he wouldn't get the game time. He's probably almost, yes, I'm about to say that, Jamie. You took the words out of my mouth. I think Mainu and it's not right for Jamie to come to United.
No. But do you see maybe Mainu and Joby Bellingham? I know he's more physical, but are they like similar profiles of players? They're not the quickest, I know, but they are press resistive.
They're press resistant.
With presence.
Joby's a bit more physical.
Yeah,
likes to tackle. Whereas he's not as skillful as Kobe. I think there's your difference.
Okay. But he did a mistake by leaving Sunderland, according to Jarle, and yeah.
Yeah, look,
hindsight is always 2020, but he couldn't come to the Bundesliga.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to say. Jarle, I don't disagree with you, pal. He was playing very, very, very well at Sunderland. Could he have done 12 months in the Premier League and then, gone to a bigger club in the Premier League? I think that probably would have been a better path for him. But I think the experience they had in Germany with Jude convinced them they'll probably get a similar experience with Job, but it hasn't worked out that way.
Yes.
Interestingly enough, by the way, Jude was having his problems also at Real Madrid. Obviously he had surgery. He's just now getting back into the Madrid side. So it'll be interesting. Watch Jude over the next few months, because I'm telling you guys, he's fighting for his England career.
Yes, and there's a World Cup in the summer, as you said. So, well, I think he will come good. He's a talented guy.
Oh,
So
brilliant player.
I
They're
have
both
no
are.
doubt he will come
Job is
good.
a great player as well. Great player.
Yes. But some other updates. Antony's out again, talking about what happened in his later stages of his Man United career. Now he says which Manchester United star asking about him to stay at the club. So, do
Who was it?
do you care to take a guess?
I wouldn't have a clue. Actually, to be honest, I wouldn't have a clue. Actually, there's a reason why I wouldn't have a clue. I'm not that invested in it. I don't really care, and I doubt the Devilish Tacticos care either. But please tell us, who was it?
Jamie Wayne comes in and say Fernandez, but no, that's wrong. But Jarle Malmin always on point, coming in. Correcto Mondo. Cunha. Mateus Cunha asked him to stay at Man United.
Yeah.
So,
but can I just say something? Players can't ask players to stay. This is the issue with modern day football. Oh, I don't want you to go. Oh, I'll go and talk to the board for you. Don't you worry. You stay there. Now listen, Anthony's not going anywhere. I'm sorry. I don't really buy any of it, and to be honest, I don't really care. Do you? Being honest, really, do you care? If Anthony was a 20-goal a season striker, and he was like leaving, and you'd want him to stay, but he just.
Well, they can ask him to stay, but we won't help.
Oh, no, nothing else.
Don't go.
Don't go
away. What's the band of that song? Please
I was just trying to think of, please. Oh, I don't know. Don't go.
Casey and the Sunshine Band, 1979.
Yeah, not for me.
No,
not heavy enough for me.
No, we know the kind of music you like, Stu.
Oh yes.
So yeah, latest and final news of the evening talking point. It's all about our beloved captain Bruno Fernandes. Graham Bailey again coming in and saying Bruno Fernandes won't be forced out of Manchester United. He will only leave when he is ready. And the story is in United in Focus. So, initial thoughts, Mr. Woolley?
It enrages me. It really enrages me. I'll go when I'm ready. No, you won't. You'll go when I fucking tell you.
Tell you to, yeah.
I'm telling you, you're gone. I hate what football has become. Football has become that, we need a manager and we need the board to turn and say, you don't dictate to us. We dictate to you. We're the one that giving you 300 grand a week, and we will tell you when we're not going to give you 300 grand a week anymore. At the end, you can cry as much as you want. Negotiations on Harry Maguire having another, extending his contract. For Harry, please, for your own sake, no, move on. You don't need to be at Manchester United anymore. Move on. Bruno, it shouldn't be allowed. That shouldn't be allowed. I'm hoping it's lost in translation, is what I'm hoping, because I just don't like it. I hate that type of arrogance. You can do it. Like I said before, like people like, whether you like Slot or not, he dropped Salah against Galatasaray. He dropped him. He made it clear he was dropped. Bruno needs to be dropped. He needs to be brought down a peg or two and dropped. In my opinion, Matt could come in and do his job at the minute.
Yeah. Jarle coming in with some insights on this and say that post right there is made up by one Bailey. He never said at all during his presser. He said he didn't want to go to Saudi. And
I heard
Bailey
he said he didn't want to go to Saudi.
So thank you for clarifying, Jarle. I only read the tweet, so I wouldn't know. But thank you for putting us straight. We are not here with fake news. But
no, we're not fake
hearsay and rumors and tweets. And
you're talking about
the source is Graham Bailey. Anyway, but thank you, Jarle, for clarifying. I would say that's the final topic of the evening. We are 1 hour
Done it, Jarvis.
29 minutes. So
We've
we
done
made it
it.
under 1 hour and 30 minutes. It's been a great show, guys. I
Sounds-
want to thank RJ, Bilal, Trevor Wade, Jamie, Yalem Almin, all of you legends coming in. I want to thank Grace for the lovely super chat,
Yes.
£5 super chat. I want to
Hello.
thank Bilal for the same. Thank you so much. I am Titanium Bilal for supporting the channel and also with the super sticker coming in. Guys, do us a favor after the show. Please leave a comment in the non-live section. It always helps out the algorithms. And, if you haven't, please do us a favor and smash that like.
Please, smash that like.
One like accounts for, I would say, around 10 views extra. So, you can make a difference for a small channel like this. So it's been a great show. Tomorrow night, Jarvis's Corner, 9 p.m. UK. Callum Stone is coming on.
He is.
So it will be, and Mark, obviously. So there will be a full panel, 4 guys on tomorrow's show. So guys, girls, remember to tune in 9 p.m. Tactical Devils. Thank you, Stu, for coming on Sunday night. It's
Always a
Monday
pleasure.
morning, another work week. But guys, don't despair. Premier League football is back next weekend. I think we are kicking off Friday already, and Man United are playing on
We play Sunday.
Sunday night against Liverpool. So there will be a lot to cover for the next week. So it's been a great show. Callum Stone.
That's him. Yeah, Callum Stone. But he's good. You'll like him. Very straight talking. He'll fit in with us very well. I've worked with him on All for United. So's Jarvis. I worked with him on All for United, and
and he used to be on back in the days on Stratford Paddock.
Stratford Paddock. Paddock.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody. It's been a great show. Adam Partridge, big up and good night. Big up, and Fred the Red.
Night, guys. So we'll see you tomorrow night, everybody.
Tomorrow night. Okay. Have a good one, and bye. Or as you want to do that, I'll be back before we end the show.
No, you could do it because I'm rubbish. Oh dear. I'm going to go with the OGs. I'll go with the OGs. I'll be back.